This is Haley, and for my 20 time project, I decided to take a shot at being ambidextrous. Basically, I decided that I wanted to work on strengthening the muscles in my non-dominant left hand so that I'd be able to write legibly with this hand. My initial intention with this pursuit was to bring myself happiness by writing with my left hand in order to strengthen these muscles. Honestly, I just thought it'd be really cool to become ambidextrous, so I decided to give it a shot. Additionally, by learning to write with my left hand, I was ultimately hoping that this process would help me improve my left hand and cradling skills for lacrosse, which I really needed improvement with. Before you begin to learn how to write with your left hand, you need to make sure you have all the right materials and enough time to complete the task. The materials I used were very simple. I went out and bought wide-ruled children's paper to write on in order to help control my letter proportions as I learned how to write letters with my left hand for the very first time. I also bought new gel pens to use while writing because they require less pressure and strength when writing letters. Finally, after gathering all my materials, I decided that it was time to get started practicing. There were 3 main steps of practice I had to complete in order to move forward with mastering my left-handed skills. For the first step, I wrote out the alphabet with upper and lowercase letters over and over. The purpose of this step is to slowly begin to master writing the basics of the alphabet before moving on to anything more challenging. After the alphabet, the next step is to begin writing sentences that use every letter in the English alphabet and writing common words or names. The purpose of this step is to practice your left hand neatness with strings of words, and it also teaches your muscles common letter combinations. Last but not least, the final step is to begin drawing basic shapes like circles, square houses, stick people, or stars. The purpose of drawing these shapes is to strengthen your control over the pen or pencil, and also drawing straight lines from left to right teaches you to push the pen instead of pull it, which you are already used to. Once I went through these 3 steps, I repeated them over and over again in order to slowly strengthen my muscles and master writing with my left hand. The total amount of time needed to complete this process is not definite. However, in order to become completely ambidextrous, it would take many months of practice to become fully competent with your left hand. My initial goal was to become completely ambidextrous, and while I didn't completely accomplish this goal because I still can't write quickly with my left hand, I was able to improve my left-handed writing skills because, as you can see in my pages of writing practice, I can write legibly now, and I did strengthen the muscles in my left hand enough to improve my cradling skills for lacrosse, which made me happy. As I practiced writing with my left hand, I experienced a good deal of setbacks. My main setback was that I hadn't realized how hard and tiring it would be to write with my left hand. Every day that I practiced, my hand would always cramp up and feel sore because I wasn't used to using those muscles so heavily. A lot of the times, this pain made me want to stop writing, but I knew I needed to keep practicing. So I kept writing, and these setbacks taught me that learning something new isn't always easy, and it's not always fun. But you need to be patient and stick with it in order to follow through with your goal. As far as the future of my project goes, I don't think that my project will have much of a future. However, I will try to continue building strength in my left hand through occasional writing practice in order to not waste all of the progress I've made. Ultimately, through my 20 time project, I learned that I am not a patient person whatsoever. I found myself becoming frustrated as I was writing and wishing that I would see results right away. However, developing this skill would take many months to master, and I didn't have that kind of time. Additionally, I ultimately learned that true happiness is sometimes hard to find, and it can come in any shape or form. I picked writing with my left hand as my 20 time project because I was hoping that it would bring true happiness to myself. However, although I did enjoy myself as I practiced writing with my left hand, I realized that this wasn't going to be my source of true happiness, and sometimes it takes a couple of tries to find that true source of happiness.